there are many different types of units. We have here the complete list: target, service, socket, auto mount, swap. Okay, we have a very long list of different unit types. But I want you to I want to take a look to the main the four most important types and that we will be seeing in this course. We have seen, for example, we have remember that units are only text files. So, for example, the first type of units are targets. Targets, we have seen them. It represents a desired state of the system. So, for example, the default target, it doesn't do anything. It almost defines dependencies between what needs to be done to acquire that target and whatever. And that's a target. It doesn't start. It doesn't start anything. The other type of service is other type of unit is service. So, for example, I can have here. Okay, you can see that the units ends with the type of the unit. Okay, this is a service. It's not required, but because at the end, what prevails is the content of the unit. But it's very useful to have the dot service at the end to identify them as services. So, for example, if we open this is a service. This is what we will be working with, starting, managing, controlling in this unit. And here we have the service, some common information, the service, and it starts something. So, for example, this is the print service. The COOPS is for managing printers. It starts services for managing the printers in our system, managing the queue of things that needs to be print and whatever. Okay, we have some important information, restart on failure, something about installation, and this is a service. A service is something that two things that provides a service in our system. The next thing that we have here are mounts. Mounts, we will see this better here with the Firefox. Mounts represents file systems mount in our system. So whatever, for example, in these units, for example, I think I will increase the font. Maybe okay, this it's not easy. I will do it in preferences, fonts. Okay, maybe this is bigger and better. Here we have a mount unit, and it tells us that it needs to mount here, mount this here. This is the mount point. This is like when we were using mount the mount command. We will mount this in this point. This is the type of the file system. A squash file system is a read-only file that represents a complete entire system. Those are the mount the options are the same of the same options are that we use with mount, and the lazy mount is for allowing parallelization of mounting. Okay, but this if we create a mount unit, we don't need fstab. We don't need to mount things by hand. We can do it by uh, using units in system day units. We are not doing this in this course. Okay, and another important kind of service are timers. So, for example, we have here the anachron timer. Here, anachron timer and service. The timers represent things that will be done at a given intervals. So, for example, this timer will run this specify using a format that when it needs to be run, some random delays is persistent and and, and and whatever. Okay, so the timers represent actions that will be done at certain times in the system. So we have seen here the target. The target unit type, the desired state of the system, the service. This is probably the most important one. This is the one that we will be managing. It's a start, stop, reload as service. Like, for example, the example here is a web server, but a print server or whatever. But we also have a mount for mounting units, and we have timers for executing actions at some time of the system. And of course, we have less used unit types. So you can see that system D is very complex, but we for as developers we won't need to know the details of each type of system or to create units or all that.